What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are dipping back into Tainted Grail Conquest. Tainted Grail Conquest from Awaken Realms Digital launched on Steam in May 27th, 2021, and was in early access prior to that. I've covered this game on the channel multiple times. It's super fun to play, and it's racked up over 2,800 very positive reviews on Steam so far. Tainted Grail is a deck building roguelike at its absolute base. So it is a roguelike. It's going to have a different experience every time through, and there is lots of different options. Now, this all unfolds in a turn-based world with many RPG elements, even though it is a roguelike, that you can save and progress your save file throughout your experience. In total, there's 9 different classes to choose from. There's 460 individual cards, 340 passive skills, and 50 masteries. Now, Tainted Grail just received a huge update, and to celebrate their first major content update to the game, Awaken Realms Digital did sponsor this video through Indie Boost, and I do appreciate that. Now, the update, what's it all about? Well, besides the normal Conquest standard game mode, you also now are going to have, first off, a weekly event that is going to run each week. You will be able to compare your scores to others on how you do on that weekly event. And then there is 2 different endless modes. I'm super stoked to get in and check these out. The endless modes, of course, are going to take a lot longer to run, so I will do those on live stream. But we've got Endless Misery. Endless Misery is going to play kind of like the base experience would. However, it is endless mode, so it's going to keep going and going and going with no end at all. And then there's Endless Power, and this is the one I'm super stoked about. Endless Power is going to put you up against combinations of enemies that you would not find in Conquest mode. With this in mind, you're going to need a little bit more power to get the job done, and Endless Power is going to allow you to stack power to absurd levels in an endless fashion. Now, what is Tainted Grail all about? The absolute basics. Well, let's hop into my main save file and kind of check it out here. So if we go on and hop on in, there is some kind of city building elements, and these you're going to unlock NPCs for your village and develop it up, and these are going to stay with you throughout your experience. Now, as you see here, our mission is to slay the 3rd beast of the weirdness. So we are up into the 3rd zone here, and we're going to take a little bit of a hit at that. So I'm playing the Weird Hunter here. This is the default character that you very first unlock. All of the other classes are unlockable through your experience. This one is the default one, though, so I wanted to kind of feature this one a little bit to kind of show off what the hero you would play right out of the gates would be. Now, once we leave our village, there's only one way back, and that is, well, I guess there's 2 ways back. Victory or death. There will be options after legendary encounters to teleport back to our village. However, once we get out, we are not going to be able to make it back until we win. Taking a look at just the UI, we do have some inventory that we'll collect. There's consumable items, things like healing potions. There's an acid flask, reduces target armor by 100 for 2 turns. There's things like the sharpening stone. In the turn you're in, every attack has a 20% chance to deal 200% damage, which is very, very nice. And then you've got the Weird Candle. Now, the Weird Candle is something you are going to want to keep lit whenever you can, as the level of weirdness as you're making your way through the maps will affect things that happen to you in the game. We'll get into that as we come to it, but if we take a look through some of the others. Okay, first off, here's our hero, a level 11 Weird Hunter here. The ultimate ability, as there is an ultimate ability that each individual class has that's not tied to the cards, allows you to, in this case, smack down some major damage. So the more we build up our ultimate ability, of course, the more damage it's going to do. There's also Masteries, one available at level 10, one available at level 20. The Mastery I chose at level 10 is whenever you kill an enemy with your ultimate, it heals 10% of your max HP. Now, this is a roguelike, and there's no turning back, so healing opportunities are few and far between. So getting a Mastery like this that gives me some healing anytime I kill an enemy with my ultimate is just really good stuff. And then so far through this experience, this particular save, these are the passives I've collected. Hunter Marks is the one you start with. Every hit you deal leaves a Hunter Mark. 4 Hunter Marks make enemies vulnerable. I've got one to gain 75% max HP. I've got one that duplicates every 6th attack I make. I've got Opening Strike. The first attack card played in each combat phase cost 0, or in each combat encounter is 0 energy cost. We've got Fighting Spirit. Each turn that the match goes on, I'm going to gain 5% damage. So, going to keep getting stronger and stronger each individual turn. We got Blood Transfusion. Every time I kill an enemy, I'm going to heal myself. Acceleration. Anytime I kill an enemy, I'm going to gain 10 ultimate charges. This is half of your ultimate charge bar. So you can, anytime you get an enemy, if you get a kill every single turn, you're going to have a half-charged ultimate ready to go each individual turn. And then I've got a defensive aura where I am going to start each encounter with a shield of 20. Then we've got things like Runestones. The Runestones I'm using now is, one of them is the Cracked Gar. As you see, I've got more slots to unlock still. The Cracked Gar in my armor slot is at the end of a turn. I'm going to deal 1 hit for 5 damage to every enemy there. And additionally, I've got the Polished Ing. This is a mythical one that I found throughout. And this one, every enemy has a 10% chance to drop a healing potion. Just super good stuff. It's only 10% chance, but really, really good stuff there. I've got another one here, the Polished Thorn. This one, every additional card I draw gives me a shield of 2. Or in the armor slot, it's 200% of any HP that I offer is turned into a barrier. There is a complete quest system, so it is not just jump in and run blind. You do have objectives to obtain. And then, of course, this is a deck builder at its basic function. So I've got 14 attack cards. I've got 9 stance cards. Stance cards are going to be things like block, preparation, increases damage by 10% for that encounter. We could draw a card and have it cost 0 energy. And attack cards are where the fun stuff takes place with the straight up attacks. Now let's go ahead and run on out of town and get our experience here in the third area moving. Now, as we go out, we'll see that the map goes blurry. You get a little audio cue, and that is the weirdness. So when we are out and about, we want to try to have a weird candle burning whenever we can. We can see encounters throughout the world and on the mini-map, and you really want to pick and choose these. You don't want to run right out and run up to the third beast or the boss for this area. You want to build up a little bit more power first. So let's head this way and take a look at this first encounter over here. Alright, so we got 3 bads on this one. Tainted Force is a weird card, and this is where your weird candle comes into play. The higher your level of weirdness affects these cards in a positive and negative fashion. This one, I can use it for 1 energy to stun an enemy, or if I don't play it, the next turn I gain 10 barrier. Now, this one here is a positive card, of course, because I just lit that weird candle. I'm just going to ignore it and gain the 10 barrier on my next turn. Now, as you see from my passives, I started off with a barrier of 20. Plus, I've got this lovely little item, the Wooden Flute, which each combat or each encounter you run into, I can use that to give myself an additional barrier of another 20. So now I've got a shield for 40, I've got 147 health left. I do have a healing potion, and then I got a nulled foot, which will allow us to run away. Now, taking a look at the enemies here, we've got a corrupted giant, and down below it's going to show you their debuffs. They've got 30 base armor. They're doing 100% of their normal base damage, and they are immune to stun. If you see up top here, they attack twice for 8 to 9 per attack. In the middle here, we got the Weird Bear. They've got 0 armor, but they do 200% of their base damage. And they've got Sharp Fangs. This one is going to last for 2 turns. And they get 50% additional damage for every ally present. And they have 50% lifesteal. And that is why they are doing 200% damage. So this, of course, is the tankier enemy. It's going to be important for us to burn some of these other guys down. And then over here, we've got a Necromancer. This enemy will resurrect its allies. So I kind of feel like the Necro needs to go first. So first thing we want to do, we want to go ahead and throw up a block. Now, our very first attack in each individual combat encounter is going to be no energy cost because of our passives. So I've got a few different ones to choose from. We've got Small Strikes. We've got Shield Breaker, which is going to reduce an enemy's armor. You know what? Let's go with the Shield Breaker, and we'll see if we can't put some work in on this Necro. Now, down in the bottom left is my ultimate ability. I've dealt 1 hit, and that gives me 1 charge. So let's go ahead and slap down a Whirlwind now. We've got 1 energy left. We've already got 1 block up. Let's go ahead and go... Actually, let's throw our preparation up, and then we'll go with the Small Strikes. Alright, so end of our turn. These baddies are going to put a walloping on me, and let's see how it goes. That is big damage, as you see there. Now, here we go. Our ultimate ability is charging. It's at 13 of 20 now, so we're going to be able to get a shot out there. We got Deep Breath, gain 1 block. Next turn, draw an additional card with its cost reduced. That one seems like a no-brainer. I'm going to throw that. We've got a 0 cost card here, First Slash. Let's get some more damage on this Necro. And I am kind of fearful for this individual run, as things are just gonna be rough here, I think. Let's go ahead and pop our last potion. This is our last one. This is my first encounter into 3rd Zone, and this may be a bit of an eye-opener. I think I may end up getting walloped a bit. Let's go ahead and throw a Small Strikes out there and get our ultimate built up. Remember, our ultimate is going up per hit, and in this situation, we're going to be dealing 3 hits with that 1 card. So let's go ahead and throw that out there. That brings our ultimate up to 17 of 20. We've got 1 energy left. Well, we can do the Broad Reach. Our next hit is going to do double damage, basically. So let's go ahead and throw that up there. And we don't have enough power here to take out this Necro. However, I am going to do my best to put a hurting on it. So let's go ahead and pop our ultimate. And you know what? Do we want to save it? Man, decisions. Because I want to get the kill and get the 10% heal. Let's go ahead and save our ultimate and just go ahead and end the turn. And see if we can survive this one. We lost our shield and we took a little bit of damage. Let's see. We can get an overhead swing in was our reduced cost card from last turn. And now we've got their armor down to negative 20. Duplicate the next card played. We do have our Weird Hunter out. I tell you what, let's do this. We've got 3 energy still. So let's go with a chain attack. Then a normal attack. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and go with our Broad Reach now. And then put the hurt on the Necro with our ultimate. Now this is going to give us a little heal and should take that Necro out of the picture. Very nice. And then now turn over We got the kill, so we instantly charged back up to 10 charges on our ultimate. So it makes it, on this particular hero, your ultimate becomes very, very spammable. However, I think I am in trouble, as I am just having bad times. We've got 3 total attacks that are going to come our way. I can put a block up. Oh, I should have went double pain first and got 2 blocks out of the deal. Terrible. Well, let's go ahead and throw double pain up. And then what else do we have? Well, all we have left is broad reach. And I think we want to take this one down next, right? So I'm going to have to wait on my big attack for next turn. I can do 71 to 102. You know what? Let's just get it out there. Let's get some damage out there. And we will put a little bit of a smack on this corrupted giant. Hopefully next turn, if we're still alive, we're going to be able to kill it. Oof. Taking mad damage here for sure. Alright, what did we get? We got Tainted Force. Reduces damage of all enemies by 20%. If not played, it increases a random card cost by 1. I think I'm just going to let that one sit. And let's see, we've got a chain attack, which is always quite nice. Let's go ahead and throw that chain attack on this big bad here. And then now the next attack is going to be doubled. So if we look through our attacks here, what is going to have the most impact? I feel like this quick counter is going to have the most impact. And if I get lucky, I'm going to be able to take this big guy out, but it will require a little luck here, but let's give it a shot. And there we go. We did indeed get a little bit of luck, which is exactly what we were needing. Now the problem is I've got no energy left. I've got no blocks up for next round, so things could get really ugly here. This guy's got 25 armor, so there is going to be quite a bit of armor reduction. Let's go ahead and let it fly and see what happens. Please don't own me. Alright, he didn't attack, but this time he's going to attack. It tells you what the enemy is going to do, that way you can prepare. The enemy is going to attack for 37 to 43. So I'm going to get hit really hard, and I'm not very excited about that. And this one's got 50% lifesteal up right now as well. Let's see. Let's do a small blessing. We can draw 1 card, which will cost 0 energy. And we got small strikes out of it, so nothing special there. 55 armor. Let's start working that armor down a little bit and hope for the best here. That's going to reduce it by 10. We've got 1 left. Oof. And wow, I don't have a block up at all. Now our ultimate is full, but I kind of feel like, is that what I want to do right now? Let's go ahead and pop it and see if we can't get some damage in. Not a whole lot of damage because of that high base armor he's got going. This is going to be pretty sketch if we're able to survive this one. Let's see, we do have a block. Now, this enemy's only got 1 attack, so let's get our block up right away. We've got First Slash, which is going to cost 0. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and throw out a double strike. That one is a cleaving attack, of course, which is quite nice. And we do have a block up, so we should live 1 more round. We got another block. Let's throw it up there. Ooh, I should have done Deep Breath instead. That would have given me a free block next turn. Let's go ahead and throw up our preparation. We've got 2 energy left. We can stun it if we don't have a block up, but I think I'm just going to throw out a regular attack. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and set up for our next ability that goes off. Now, our next ability that goes off is was that passive there. Now, what did we get? We get Stun a random enemy. If I don't play it, I gain 5 barrier. So it's a win-win on this one. We can stun him right now and not have to worry about any damage taken this time. Let's go ahead and throw our prep up. Let's get an overhead swing and reduce the armor down a little bit further here. That'll take it down to 30. We've got Shield Breaker as well, which will reduce it another 10. And we got it down to 20 there now. And then what else? We're at 10 of 20 on our special. We could go with, or our ultimate, we could go with Broad Reach and get a nice chunk of damage there, but I'm going to want to get the killing blow with this. That way I get a heal, as obviously I am not in a good way to go into the next encounter on this one. So let's just go ahead and throw a normal attack out there. And let's see what we can do. Boy, we are getting low. We got negative 10 armor, so he threw a debuff on us that time instead of attacking us, which is a good thing. And let's see, we've got the power blow would one-shot this enemy, and encounter would be over. However, I do want to get that heal out of the deal, so let's see. What do we want to do? Let's throw in small strikes. We'll throw in a whirlwind. Then we'll go ahead and drop our broad reach, and we'll dump our ultimate. And hopefully that's going to give us a little bit of a heal. That brought us up to 35 health. Still in a very, very bad way moving into the next encounter. But that is a look at Tainted Grail Conquest. Like I said, big first content update just hit. I am going to be live streaming it in the upcoming days here, so keep an eye out for that, as I do want to jump in and try out one of those endless modes. But that will do it for now, though. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, there is a link down in the description below over to the Steam page to check out Tainted Grail Conquest. So thank you all once again, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.